My friend took me to a suicide prevention walk the other day, and I was a little nervous, anxious. I don't really like crowds, and the word suicide just kind of makes me, feel shame because my friend, I haven't lost anyone, but the one that took me to the walk, she attempted and was in the hospital, and I was there for a couple weeks, and that was a miracle according to the doctors, essentially, that she lived. So I feel shame that I wasn't there to support her more, and I didn't see signs as much as I could have, and I could have been a better friend, putting her in a position to succeed rather than wanting to attempt suicide, and I know it's deeper than that, and mental health and everything, but shame just kept noodling at me. And anyway, we're at the walk, and I don't know what to expect, and surrounded by all these people that are wearing these shirts, and they have the person they lost that took their lives, names on them and their faces, and a lot of people lost brothers or mothers or sons and friends. It's probably about like 1,200 people at this thing, and I'm kind of like in awe. The awe is taking over the anxiety. It's such a beautiful thing because all these people in the community are there to support each other, and I didn't know what to expect, if it was going to be like this dark tone, but there's all kinds of walks of lives, and everybody there was grieving at a different level, meaning some just lost somebody yesterday, somebody lost somebody 10 years ago, and everybody grieves differently, right? So they're in a different phase of their grieving. But what I noticed was they were all picking each other up, and even the ones that maybe didn't think they could show up because, you're told kind of not to go if you're not ready to go. But there's people that were there and were grieving for a week and I could see helping others. So I think it's just an individual choice, and everybody grieves differently and needs different things to get through it. And then my friend, she took me over to this table, and she showed me these beads, and you pick the color of the beads that suits you the best for somebody you lost, or if you're struggling. For example, white is for a loss of a son or a daughter, in other words, a child. So she picks up these two teal sets, they're necklaces, right? And she puts one around my neck, and she puts one around hers, and she goes, this is, supporting someone that struggles or attempts. She goes, so I want to support you and you support me. And I'm like, oh man, that's so beautiful. And she's like, here's where the magic happens, essentially. And everybody that is there picks up, whatever color suits them in the way of respecting the person they lost. And there's someone on stage speaking, and you all hold up your beads, and they go through it, and the person up there that's holding up the beads on stage just tells a quick thing about how they're honoring the person they lost. In other words, it's honor beads, right? And when we got to the teal blue, and we were just holding them up, and I was looking around and just seeing all these people. There's probably hundreds of people holding up their beads, and I looked at my friend, and I got a little emotional, and it was unbelievable. It was just this connectivity, this humanity. I felt like all these beads were just kind of stitched together, and we were all part of the same grieving process and the same healing process. And I came to that walk not knowing what to expect, and my friend, the courage to just get me there and put me on her shoulders, essentially. And she's the one that just attempted, months ago, but she was the brave one there. And because of her bravery, I found a way to heal and a community to be a part of. So I say all that to say, find your community and heal.